Most students think you have to work for free to do research. But what if I told you that you can actually get paid to do research? In this video, I will show you exactly how I got paid to do research as an undergrad. My name is Rahul, and I did undergraduate research for all 4 years of undergrad. And now I'm a PhD student who mentors undergrad researchers in my lab. Back when I was first starting, I believed this common myth that you have to volunteer your time to get lab experience. But I quickly realized that that wasn't the case. If you approach research with the right mindset and the right strategy, you can get paid for your time. So if you're a college student who wants to get into research but could also use a few extra dollars, listen up because this video will change your college experience. Now, before I get started, let's be clear about one thing. It's not selfish to want to get compensated for your time, it's just valuing and respecting your time. So, if your goal is to get paid to do research, you need to be strategic about which labs you join. Specifically, I want you to look to join labs that are either new or have younger professors, because typically these are the labs that have just received grant funding and are actively recruiting. Now, if you want to go one step beyond this, you can go to the website NIH Reporter. So if you just Google NIH Reporter and click on the first link, this is a database of all the NIH grants that are issued. And you can search up the professors' names at your university and you can find which professors have just received grant funding. These are the labs that are typically more flexible when it comes to paying undergrads. Now, once you're actually in a lab, the bare minimum is to show up and follow instructions. But if you want to get paid, you need to go above and beyond. I want you to start learning as fast as possible, even before you join the lab if you can. So, what this means is when you get a lab position before your official start date, I want you to start reading up on the lab's previous papers so that you can have a head start and hit the ground running. Now, once you're in a lab, I want you to take ownership of a task. It doesn't matter what task it is, and get extremely good at it. When I was an undergraduate researcher, I got very good at MATLAB, which is a coding language. And what I did was, I was the guy who could automate everyone's data processing pipeline. So I was saving everyone hours of time in data analysis. It, whenever you make real impact and provide value to the people in your lab, people will start to notice and you build a reputation for yourself. And that reputation gives you leverage. Essentially, when you stop acting like a volunteer and you start acting like someone who deserves to get paid, then you become someone who's worth paying. Now, here's the step that most students never take, and it's just to ask to be paid. Literally, as soon as you've made some kind of real impact, I want you to schedule a one on one meeting with your professor and simply ask, is there a possibility for me to get paid for my work? That's exactly what I did, and I was hired as a lab specialist just 1 quarter after I joined the lab. And typically, labs can hire you as a specialist or as a lab manager or lab technician. The position titles vary from school to school, and they typically come with some additional responsibility or expectations or expected time to come in the lab. But honestly, I think it's absolutely worth it. Getting that specialist position absolutely changed research for me because subconsciously I started to take the work more seriously and I ended up making way more progress. Now, there are some professors who won't pay you, but more often than not, they will, especially if you've shown that you can make some immediate impact and provide real value. Now, if there's no grant funding, that's a different question, but there's still ways for you to get paid through the university. There are things like work study programs where you can get paid to do research. Regardless, you never know unless you ask. And from my experience, fortune favors the bold. Even if your lab cannot pay you, there are still ways to get paid to do undergraduate research. Most universities have undergraduate research fellowships for students at their university to do research in labs. So I attend UC Irvine, and we have the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program and the Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowships. And essentially, you apply to these and you get money to either pay for research supplies or to pay you to do research. And when I was an undergrad, I applied for and received one of these fellowships every single quarter that I did research. So there's literally money sitting aside meant to pay you, but you just have to apply to go get it. And additionally, this is a great experience for you to practice your writing skills and practice applying to get funding, which is a universal skill that will help you no matter which career you end up going into. Getting paid to do research is not about luck, it's about being strategic. Now, if you want to get into research the smart way, I made a full guide called the Undergraduate Research Playbook, and it compiles all of my experiences from 4 years of undergraduate research and 3 years of mentoring undergraduate students. In it, I teach you things like how to get into a lab, how to email the lab, how to get paid to do your research, and how to use your research experience to get into graduate school or medical school. Honestly, it's everything I wish I had when I was starting my research journey. If you're interested, click on the link in the description to check it out. And with that, I'll see you next time.